Right, carry on with this one. Right, I'm going to pop. There's a shadow in there coming off that tree. Is there any off them other trees? No, it's just this one must be a bit closer. It's coming off that tree. I think I'll take it right back there. Right, so I've just got a bit of that same grey colour what's on that tree, and I'm just going to pop that in like that across there. Let's get it a bit darker. That's it. And just a little shadow coming across there. I suppose it'd spread out, wouldn't it, as it gets further across, so I'll get some branches that'll be spread where it's spreading out for me, branches and that, I suppose. Some bits in there, look, where that shadow would be spreading. There, that's nice, that's nice. Right, so that's that. That's a bit harsh from there to there. It looks like that bit's there and then that bottom bit's miles away. Well, I don't want it to look like that. That bottom bit close there is not miles away. That bit's quite far back. This bit in, so I think I need to blend that in. So I'm thinking, right, right, let's get, I don't know, looking at it, this like, oh, let me just dampen it again. I'm going to shall I? Or shall I not? Yeah, I'm going to dampen it so I get a soft edge on it. Something like that. There, that should be enough. And then wherever just there, it's like there's a dark shadowy bit there. I can go through that tree, don't matter. It's like a dark shadowy bit there, and then it sort of turns into a green. So I'm like a pale green, so I'll just mix a nice green up. Yellow and blue for green. I've mixed that sort of cream colour up with some green what's already at the bottom of my palette. So I've got a really creamy green. Let's have a look. Oh, that's nice. But I'd mix yellow and blue, and chuck some yellow ochre in or a bit of burnt umber in if you're mixing from scratch. Like I say, I've just added some of my own green, what I'd already mixed from my last painting. This was my last painting, so it'll be a nice green that'll match in well anyway, you see. There we are. Again, even though I've already painted that tree and just go through it, because it's not going to matter. There, and hopefully that'll help that. I might blend some of that green into there. Or no, let's just add a bit more darker grey in. There, like that, and a bit of that green as well. A bit of both. Yeah, a bit of both. That's it. Clean my brush. Soften back in. That's quite dark all the way up there. Nick a bit of that from there. Pop it up there. Nick some from them puddles. Pop it up there. All that whole bit there is quite dark, and it sort of goes light, a bit lighter as it gets across there. Pull some bits over there like that. There, just making that edge there a bit softer. Right. I'm in two minds. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to stick some of that creamy green just on this bit as well. Just a few little bits in there. Just like that. Clean my brush. Soften it off a little bit. Shut up. There. I think that looks pretty good. Right. You know what? I'm going to come back into this shadow here. Just make it a little bit darker. That's better, isn't it? Take some bits up there. There. That's better. Right. I suppose now I want to make these trees. What trees were it? That one a bit darker. So yeah, let's say I go with that. slightly a bit darker. Might even lighten that bush a bit. So if I come in here, what I've done, I've added a bit more Bontumber to this tree. So that is, Bontumber's a warmer colour than that grey, so it's going to pull it forward. I've got that there. You can learn by my mistakes. Don't stick your finger where you've just been painting. Good little tip for you. I watch some artists and they're like that. And I suppose it's good because it means you don't stick your finger in to your other paint. But because I've already done this line, if I were doing this for the first time, I could probably just do that. Because I've already done it. I'd probably miss it. So I've got to be more careful in it. Get these. And then I think I'll just leave the thin bits. Nice and thin. I think it looks okay, doesn't it? That helps. So there. Can you see my arm in way? There. Just drag that bit down there a bit. That's it. That's just pulling that in front of that. I'm a bit paranoid that this bit here were a bit too dark. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put an highlight in there, just so it shows a bit. In fact, let's put an highlight on this one and all. When you stick these highlights in, they look quite... It smudges your paint and it makes it look quite realistic. But also it might lighten it a tiny bit as well. There, let's try that. I'll totally dry my brush now. And then go back in and maybe just lift out even a little bit more paint. Just on that highlight bit though. Blend that bit in. Clean my brush. Dry it again. So this is a dry brush now. I'm just lifting out. Just on edge of that highlight to lift a little bit more out. There. And that's then lighten that a bit as well. And I can just boop, boop, a little tiny dab at boop. Yeah, that's nice. That's just to lighten that a bit. That looks quite a lot closer than that. Yeah. So maybe let's try. Just bring that other one. This one. I've just got a bit of green on my brush. I'm just going to add a tiny little bit of green in. Pull that tiny bit closer. That gap between there and there looked a bit too much. So I've done that. Right, that's that. Right. This tree here wants pulling closer. Like I say, a mixture of Payne's Grey and Bontumber, but I've got a bit more Bontumber in than what's in this original one, so that will pull it closer. Put some of them twigs in and then just sort of dab. I think that's okay. I think so. That's alright, surely that's alright, innit? Well, let's get a bit extra of this and put some extra twigs in. That'll help it. Same with this one. Some extra twigs in, and same with this one. Just a few extra twigs in to help them. That's better. Right, I think. I think my son on my original picture's about there. So my shadows, these shadows are sort of going that way, and these are going that way. But I think I'm going to make it as though my son's over there and pull all my shadows the same way. Because I can do what I want. Don't forget, you can do what you want. So I'm just going to, I've got that shadow there at that angle. I'm going to pull my shadows all at the same angle. There's not a great deal of shadow. They look like there's some shadows in there. Not a great deal of shadows in it. That's enough there, just for the hint of a shadow off that tree. Actually looks like there's a bit of a shadow in there, so I'll leave that. Right, so I've got to remember this big tree here, obviously massive tree here. Right, let it quick dry. It's there dry again. Oh yeah, there it is. There we are. I just thought, let's just have a bit of twigs in there and all. Maybe there's a bit round there off that bit. That's it. That's sound. Well, right then. Let's get a bit smaller brush and put that little fence in. So have a look. I've got Payne's Grey and Bontumber. There, one's there. I think I've got one there, one there. Looks like something about there, something like that. I've penciled them in. I can only just see them. Let's have one going down like that, like it's broke. Hoe looks broke ones? Hoe like them broke? Broke it? It's broke. There we are. Out at page. Looks good, doesn't it? I thought it looked quite small in comparison to trees, but looking at my reference photo, it probably even looks slightly smaller compared to trees, so I'm obviously imagining it. So, but it's up to you if you want to make your one a little bit bigger, or if you don't want a broken post, whatever, you do your own however you like. This is just me enjoying myself. You ain't got to do exactly what I'm doing, it's up to you. Right, now then, I think I'm going to whack this tree in here. So now that one's even closer still, so I might pop in even a bit more Bontumber, but I've got to have this really dark as well. Let's have a look. So right, looks like it's sort of coming down there, down there, down there. There's some bits coming off. I'll get into my rigger brush with some of this. I'm just see, nice and dark. Now my darkest bit on this side, because like I say, unlike my photo where the sun I think's about here, I'm going to have my sun as though it's all coming in same direction. Just because, like I say, you can. It's your picture, you can do it however you want. You ain't got to stick to your original picture. You do what you want. That's the whole point. That's if you wanted to have it exactly the same as your picture, then I'd say, and you can if you want, but why not just take a photo and just look at your photo if that's what you're doing, you know what I mean? Why bother even painting if you're going to do that? Right, let's have a look. Let's get some of these branches in. Nice and dark, so they throw the other branches back. Most of these just going straight out top of page. I think that's sort of right. Let's stick a branch about there, something lesson, doesn't it? And another one about there. That's it, a few bits coming off it like that, that's it. Holy! Right, I think what I've done now, just a bit of watery, just pop on a few sort of little twigs, a few there on that one, little twigs, there, that's that. Strengthen that shadow up a bit perhaps, down that side, there, ow, a bit down there and all, just so one side's slightly dark. Right, we're getting there now, aren't we? Right, now then, this tree, I think I might build this tree up in a few layers. Yeah, let's get an underpainting on this tree. Right, what colour shall I use? Let's have a look. I think what I might do is use a lightish green, but not go too mad, not put it in everywhere, because I don't want it to then mix with my dark green. And so my light's coming in that way, so I suppose I want more light bits that side. But it's virtually in silhouette. Same again, sometimes when things is in silhouette, it's better to add a bit more proper colours in. But not all the time. There, I've sort of gone to the sides there. Right, now I want a real dark green now. I don't mind if I get the odd white little speckle in here. Oh, I'll tell you what I meant to do. I meant to have a little plant there and put it in first and paint round it. I'll tell you what, I'll just do it with designer's white gouache. That'll do. I suppose as I'm painting, this green colour will get slightly lighter as there's less on my brush, and I keep mixing in with that other lighter green. So that's why I started that side and worked my way this side. So then it'll look like the light's coming in from that way. I like that. Even that's not as dark as the one on my picture, but I might. Tell you what, that's sort of like shadow there. I might dry that and pop another layer on. Let's say dry it, full thing. I'm just going to add some, I'm not going to go mad with it, but I'm going to add some Payne's Grey. I haven't even washed my brush, so it's Payne's Grey, Burnt Umber, and that green as well on my brush. So it's a really, really dark green. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do as well, with that same colour. I'm going to just grab bottom of here, look, and just get that. Leaving some little speckles of white, I think, for a few highlights there. Is that paint thick enough? I don't think it is. Get a thicker paint on that. Just blend the thicker paint in there. A bit more black. That's better. Let's get some blue. So I've got Payne's Grey, Burnt Umber, a bit of blue in there. nice, isn't it, that? There. Right. I went to supermarket yesterday, right? Tried to buy 3 packets of diarrhea tablets. Got told, no, you can't buy 3. So what? Why not? You might OD on them. You might try and do yourself in. What, on diarrhea tablets? I don't know how that'd work. If you tried to do yourself in on diarrhea tablets, what would you get? Constipated to death or something? I don't know. I don't know how that'd work. I don't know what they're thinking. But they wouldn't sell them me. It's like I'm saying to them, look, I've got decaffeinated coffee in here and low-fat crisps. Would I be buying decaffeinated coffee and low-fat crisps if I were on verge of doing my sen in? I don't think so. But anyway, there ain't none of it. They won't sell it me. Right, let's get some bits through here. I'm just giving you a little insight into my life. This is a great deal of road sort of goes up there. Let's bring something in here, look. This one's not on my picture, it just sort of goes out, but it looks a bit boring, so I'm adding some stuff in what's not even there. And then I'm going to bring some little blobs of that colour in there and get my brush and just blend that in. There. Nice. Lovely jubbly, I like that. Rigger brush. And just have some little bits. Got a bit of rigger work, haven't we? Of course we have. Oh, of course we have. It looks like I'm going up there. Oh, I've got a bit on there. Another bit there. There's another bit there. Oh, something like that'll do for that, I think. Yeah? That'll do alright. Yeah, a bit. Oh, a bit there and a bit there. There. Loads of little twigs, look. Nice. And I think I will just leave that at that. So that's that in. Right. Tell you what I'm going to do. While I've got this on my brush. There's a few things actually what I want to do now. Right, I've just got to check they're alright. Yeah, I think they are. Yeah. So now, let's get my brush and pop in. There's some twigs here. Some little twig things there. Bring them. I think that'll do. Don't want to go too mad with them. That looks alright at that, I think. Right, in here, there's just little twig things knocking about. Just like laid on floor. So pop that in. Right. Water. So now we're on to water. I think with this water, where's that brush gone? Where's it gone? It's there. I think with this water, I'm going to use these blues, browns, all them colours. Greens. All sorts of colours in this water. So, right, let's start plopping it in. So it's like this. And there's loads of little gaps in it and all. There's a little of that tree there, like that. That's got to go in. I suppose even that could fade out. Some bits back here. Yeah, actually on this one there's a light source here from that light there, but as I've done my light from over there, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to have a bit of light source coming across the whole thing, I think. So it looks like it. I've got to imagine now the sun's hitting it this way rather than coming from about there, because I've altered that. I can't then have my sun there and then shadows going there. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to alter that. Right, I've just added a bit of blue now, just to vary it. Ooh, that looks nice. this is, if you want, you've seen me paint them before, if you watch me regular, if you want, this would look really nice with still water. A lot of artists never paint this sort of, this is like a windy day when your watter's like this. A lot of artists never paint the water like this because it is just prettier when you just have the still water. But I don't know, I quite like painting it like this, so I do paint it like this, but a lot don't. So if you don't want to, if you want to paint this dead still and just do it like a reflection, like I quite often don't I though, then that can do in it. Let's bring that one across there. Bring some of these out. I've just dipped my brush in water, so I've got quite a lot of water on my brush at the minute. And I'm just altering all the time. I'm going to dip in water again. Come back here, I think. In fact, I'll gradually work back to there. Yeah, that's why there's all this white sparkle on water. It's where the sun's hitting it. And it's because it's obviously windy, what's putting a ripple across the whole thing. Oh, that's looking nice. Just dip my brush again. This is lighter back here because it's further away. Let's drag some of that out there. Drag some of these bits out. That's it. What I'm going to do in a minute, I'm going to sit right back and have a look at what I'm doing, make sure it's looking alright. So you're sort of looking at it further back through the lens in a way. Yeah, that's looking alright to me. I think what I am going to do though, have a little dip. Just add some thicker painting in places. There. A bit too thick, I think. I'll put some water into it. I think I want some more blue in it. Let's bring some. There's more brown on this side here. Something like that, and then let's soften again. As you get closer, you can leave these gaps bigger because the little wavy bits would be bigger as it's getting closer. Some of these back here I want to just soften off a little bit. There. Well, that's looking interesting, that is. I like that. Let's sit back again. Yep, that's looking good. Something like this, you're as well sitting back while you do it. Keep an eye on what's happening. This bit here is quite light. Although, as I say, I can't go too much off this because I've changed where my light's coming from. It's looking nice. And then that bit there, quite a brown bit for in here, so sort of looks a bit brown here on this side. I think that's from some of these reflections up here, although they're not really brown. So, but it looks a bit that way, and a bit of green here as well. It looks a bit that way on my picture, so I'll do it same. I'll dip into my water. That's it, and I'll dip. It's all that across. There, that brown there. Looks a bit strong, so that's okay. I'll just take bits of that from there and bring it across here. Across here. Is this looking like choppy wire? If it looks too much, I'll go over the whole thing and soften it in a bit. Right, let's get back into a bit more bullowy colour. Like I say, it's getting more bigger bits now. This is getting closer to the seat. And there's going to be algae and all sorts of stuff in this water. I think I'm going to put some little white twigs in there. I wonder if a stick insect has ever like chattered up a twig without realising it, you know what I mean? I wonder if that's ever happened. I'll dry this all in a minute. There, I think I'm on my way to summit. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to add some more darks in. I think there's a bit here, look, some reflections off this tree here. That one there, and then there's some off these as well. Just some little hints that there's a tree there, and that one, and they sort of gradually fade out, but there is a little hint of them trees. So what polishing? Right, so that's that. Right, just sitting right back and looking. Keep sitting back and looking. Need to dry. Gentle dry. I'll tell you what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to leave it at that. And then tomorrow I'm going to smooth this out a lot more, because that's looking a bit, that watter's looking a bit harsh. It don't look like water to me, but it will do when I've done it. So I'll show you how to turn that so it does look like water by softening bits off and stuff. I think I'm going to take that. Yeah, this is probably lighter than that, so I'll take this bit darker than that bit, and I'll just bring it all together and put all the finishing touches on and make it look like a finished painting, and we'll do that tomorrow. Not take me long, so you can look forward to that, innit? I'll see you on the beach.